Hello Chesterton students, Miss Shannon in your gardens. This is week 6, video 5. Man, it feels like a hot summer day and it's the middle of January. We are talking about troubleshooting in your gardens. I came in wanting to take a look at the raised beds to see how they were doing. And I noticed a few things. I noticed they were very dry, meaning they weren't getting any water. Did you know how I knew that they weren't getting any water? I looked for evidence. Let's go take a look. The evidence I was looking for in your raised garden beds were the wet areas coming from your irrigation, your drip lines here. So you can see they're here now, but they were not here earlier. So what did I do? I know that we have our timer way over here. I have to show you something though. As I was walking to go view the timer, I encountered not one, but 2 of these. There's the chrysalis. That was from last week. That was starting from the last video. I have to show you the other one. They attach in some interesting spots. There's the other one. Look at the gold along the top part of that chrysalis. That really is nature's miracle. Unbelievable. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one for sure. As we head over to our water station, here's another one. By next week, that will be a full-on chrysalis as well. So I checked that the water was on. Okay, when it's in line with the pipe, that means it's on. When it's turned perpendicular to pipe, that means it is off. Okay, so that was on. I came around and checked your timer, and I had everything set here and here, so that was correct. I tried to run a manual cycle, which means I'm turning it on right now and seeing the water go on out there, and that didn't work. So what did I do? I turned this box around, took the batteries out, and sure enough, that was the problem. Water is absolutely critical to your garden space right now, because without water, your seeds won't germinate. If your seeds won't germinate, your plants won't grow. If your plants won't grow, we're basically tending to soil boxes. So I've got the water on right now, sprinkled behind me. It's raining. And we're gonna make sure we have continued access to water for these garden boxes right now, these raised beds, and we will hope to see more things growing in the next week. I have told a story, a true story, about troubleshooting and evidence. Now, I'm going to tell you, I love stories. So much so that I even wrote a story when I was in 5th grade. And I still have that story. Here it is. Let's take a look at it. I even did the binding on it. It's basically cardboard and tissue paper and some laminated paper to go on top. Oh, wow. 1988. That's aging me, right? So the story title is Stormalong's Escape Through Time by Shannon Thomas. That was my name I was born with. So I even have a dedication. You can see I did illustrations. So I told this story about a made-up character named Stormalong. And clearly he travels through time, and I have a lot of writing on each page. I'm pretty proud of this story. I'm proud of the fact that I wrote it and the fact that I still have it. So what I want to do is read a story to you guys, and I want you to think about a story you might create based on inspiration from the gardens. So this story is called The Bad Seed. He looks bad. Let's check this story out. The Bad Seed. I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. Oh yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and they say, that seed is so bad. When I think I'm not listening, when they think I'm not listening, they mumble, there goes a bad seed. But I can hear them. I have good hearing for a seed. How bad am I? You really want to know? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late to everything. I tell long jokes with no punchlines. I never wash my hands or my feet. I lie about pointless stuff. I cut in line every time. I stare at everybody. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentences, and I never listen. And I do lots of other bad things too. Know why? Because I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family, seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun. We were close. But then the petals dropped. And our flower drooped. It's kind of a blur. I remember a bag. Everything went dark. And then a giant I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed and I hollered. Ah! But I was spit out at the last possible second. I flew through the air and I landed under the bleachers with a huge thud. When I woke up, it was dark outside. A wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something had changed in me. I'd become a different seed entirely. I'd become a bad seed. A bad seed. That's right. I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was friend to nobody and bad to everybody. I was lost on purpose. I lived inside a soda can. I didn't care, and it suited me. Until recently. I've made a big decision. I've decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're so used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I still forget to listen, and I still show up late. And I still talk during movies, and I do all kinds of other bad stuff. But I also say thank you, and I say please, and I smile, and I hold doors open for people. Not always, but sometimes. And even though I still feel bad, sometimes I also feel kind of good. It's sort of a mix. All I can do is keep trying and keep thinking, maybe I'm not such a bad seed after all. Hey, look, there goes that bad seed. Actually, he's not all that bad anymore. I heard that. And now here is my request for you. Grab those science journals. Come up with a story inspired from the gardens. It can be from anything that you've learned about the last few weeks, flora, fauna, or maybe something that you experienced here while you were in the gardens last year. Love to hear the stories. Can't wait.